It's time to put your costume on and listen to the Long Con.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Long Con podcast, episode 24, where we discuss conventions, cosplay, and other facets of geek culture. I'm Kevin. This is Dale. This is Jess.
That was just perfect.
Missy. Nick. Steph. And Kevin. I'm going to pull a Gus. And it's episode 24. That means we've been running this show for 2 years now.
2 decades. We've been running this for 2 decades.
24 years.
It's like the show 24.
Yep.
Except we've solved no problems and helped no one.
Special guest, Jack Bauer.
Where's Jack Bauer?
I don't know, but he's probably going to kill us.
He'll probably whisper shout us to death.
I was going to say he's going to yell at us to death.
He doesn't yell, he whisper yells.
What'd you just say? Say it again. Say it again!
The guy who talks to yells.
Yes,
you know, like
he talk yells.
whisperer.
Talk whisperer.
Yeah.
So he's the yell whisperer.
We're podcasting in the morning on a Sunday, so that we can get everybody here. So that's cool.
Thanks, guys.
I'm glad we could come to a consensus about.
It's kind of early for us, especially considering that we did that Let's Play last night.
Yeah, we recorded a Let's Play last night, and
But we actually won sometimes.
We did.
We actually won sometimes.
That's
so
because
it
we
was
played
amazing.
against a human player instead of an AI-controlled player.
Oh yeah, the AI control player decimated us.
Well, that's because it plays the Wraith all the time.
Yeah.
The Wraith just wrecks everybody.
Yeah, he's
So- It is. Most of those people on the bottom decided to go to Indiana for Indiana Comic Con. How long ago was that? Was that like 2 weeks ago?
That was last week.
Yes.
Last year.
It wasn't last. Yeah, it wasn't last weekend because I wasn't working last weekend. I remember I
It was 2
couldn't go
weeks
because
ago.
I was working, so it was 2 weeks. Yep. And they were fortunate or kind enough to get us some video footage. So, do you want me to roll that so we can discuss?
We should roll it, but just for the first part, no one should talk. It's very
Okay.
important that the audio goes through for the first part.
Nick, here's what I will do. I'm going to edit
So
this in.
so now we all have to talk at once.
I can drop everybody's audio levels and just put that first part. It's like, what, 20 seconds tops?
Yeah, it's only 20 seconds.
All right.
Senator Wonka, Senator Wonka, what do you say on the allegations of candy tampering?
No comment.
What do you think about
What are you holding in your hand right now?
No comment.
What about the tax on the everlasting gobstotter? Is it everlasting tax? Is that real?
What do you have to say? What do you have to say about the allegations of slavery in your shops from the Oompa Loompas? Where do they come from, sir?
They came from Oompa Loompa land. They came on their own accord.
Sir, how long are you going to stick by that excuse, that horrible excuse? You enslaved those young men.
Where's this
That's what it is.
Indiana Comic Con.
And there's the logo for Indiana Comic Con.
This footage brought to you by Dale.
All of us, Nick.
Yep. There's me.
Jess.
I did not have
Who else
any
is not here?
full costumes here, so I didn't bring any.
Brad is. Jen.
And when I got there, that was unacceptable, so Jay gave me Frank West costume.
You're not allowed to go.
You've
Without
covered for it,
costume.
you know.
That's all of
Nick
Yeah, I
Holmes
know.
didn't fit in.
Whee! Convention hall.
Hey.
Yeah,
It was a lot bigger than last year.
Like, look, people, things, action.
Dead mouse head. Dale head.
Dead Dale head. Wait.
Now I'm Agent Carter.
Oh, yeah.
The magic of cosplay.
Steph and Karen ran into each other really hard and swapped costumes.
Yeah. We just exploded.
Dale, you said you look like an angry Mark McGuire, so I put in the clip where they're all going, dingers!
We hit some humdingers.
There's a Steve. Goddamn it, Steve Rogers.
Do you want to know the awful, awful truth? Or do you want to see me hit some dingers? Dingers!
The
Everyone
Rancor
finds a
was
Rancor.
very popular in the ski.
Rosie the Rancor.
Alright, so tell me, I kept hearing these weird stories about this MC. Apparently awful. And before I start, can you guys see the little thing on the bottom that says Google Plus Hangouts is sharing your screen?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Because it shows it on mine, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't... Yeah, so,
This
talk.
is Stephanie's friend Phil.
Yep, Phil.
That is Nora, who is a good man.
Yeah, it was really funny because I was like, I don't know who that guy is. Oh.
Little Howard Stock.
Oh yeah,
Dale
Dale did that to her the whole weekend, and it was amazing.
Right, so apparently this is the quote-unquote Hutt family, even though they're Fetts.
Okay, they were Django and Boba Fett. And they come up and the guy's like, oh, it's the Hutt family, everybody. Look, it's the Hutt family, the bounty hunter. And then the crowd was like, Fett, you idiot. And he was like, Jet? it was like if Gil from The Simpsons ran this contest. It was like, oh, jeez, oh, Gil, that's Boba Hutt over here, everybody.
And
It was also weird. He looked like Roger Sterling from Mad Men, which was also weird. Like exactly like him. It's creepy.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to tell because there's a lot of bloom on those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
you know, that's the one bad thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, when I was editing this together, I actually kind of assembled it in my brain. So you couldn't really tell the quality of the costumes, but yeah. And then it was female Loki, and the guy said Rule 34.
Yep.
Yeah. That didn't get awkward. The whole crowd like went,
I think that's Jay and Silent Bob.
I like those guys.
The MC knew who they were. It's about...
Yeah, because he can pronounce those words.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes.
So, my favorite thing, I think, was the next clip after this one. No, it wasn't. So,
Legolas?
Yeah, that's my favorite wizard. We got elves, humans, Gandalf, Legolas.
Legolas. Everybody likes the famous elf, Legolas.
There were so many people that were Legolas, and he had so many chances to get it right. Just...
I think it was after this one. Yeah, you grit. Oh, in character and very apt.
Excellent.
Good.
We kept saying that if there was like a Lord of the Rings group, we were making up names for them. So it would be like Legolas and Barometer and Aragorn.
This guy created the Gooby and Dolan meme.
Yeah.
Scooter man.
Oh, and fun fact, the MC here also is a life coach. So if you need your life coached by a weird MC.
That actually comes up later in the video.
Yeah, because we wanted his URL.
And we kept getting the other woman's URL.
Yeah, we're like, we don't want you. We don't care about you. We want this crazy MC.
Yeah.
I think what we can take away from this, though, is this is the perfect distance to sit to hackle the MC.
Yes.
While not making enemies of everyone.
Yep. I'm pretty sure everyone was on the same page as us.
People were laughing with
we
us.
weren't we weren't making fun of the cosplayers. We were just making fun of the MC.
Mm-hmm.
Cosplayers were always good.
The Spartan does like a teabag, which was really funny to me. Because that's what people do in multiplayer now, right?
Yep.
That's at least when it started it.
Well, that's the instant kill move, so...
A teabag is insta-kill? I don't think so.
You haven't played Halo much, have you?
Is that really how you, like...
No!
Talking about this insult move. You bash them with the end, the butt of the rifle in order to insta-kill.
No, Kevin, you're the biggest Halo fan, right?
No,
we
I'm not, but...
I know.
Kevin cannot
biggest.
detect sarcasm. Cannot detect sarcasm
in the morning.
I think maybe, Dale, have you burned him out on sarcasm? He just doesn't register it now because you're around him all the time?
Yeah.
He did. Kevin just didn't know that people who weren't Dale could be sarcastic.
Not a Dale trait.
So when Jay went up there,
custard fabrics.
Wait, is this the
custard?
Loki?
No, this is Jay as Gandalf.
Okay.
Yeah, with his custard pattern.
The guy's reading the description.
Oh yeah.
Instead of custom, he says custard.
Oh no.
I realized how hungry I was after looking at Jay's costume.
No, Kevin, he wasn't reading anything. He had this table behind him with a pile of papers that he would shuffle through sometimes and then give up on, turn around and just wing it.
He's like, why are we out of order? I don't understand.
I think my favorite one is these two kids came up dressed as the 9th and 10th Doctors from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And he looks at the kid, he's like, and who are you supposed to be? And the kid's like, the 9th Doctor, like, very clearly. And he goes, the Night Stalker, huh? Well, Jerry, that's something. Hi, Dale.
Oh, man. So you guys had to sit through like 750 entries.
Yeah. And then
But it was entertaining.
The other kid goes, he says, I'm the 10th Doctor. And taking no context from that, he continued to say, well, it's the 10th Doctor and then Night Stalker.
I really kept saying, like, he said the nice doctor, and I'm like, how do you not figure this out? It should be easy.
There was so much context.
I don't think they'll ever show.
Yeah, the anime category was probably the most painful because
Oh,
so many words that he just couldn't understand.
There were times when he blatantly just gave up and went, well, the audience knows who you are.
I don't know if I captured any of those because I think I started getting in after the whole Legolas thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I should build this.
Dale was like, well, this is gold.
Because otherwise I was just going to get, like, really good costumes in J's, you know, like, pristine, perfect ones. They were all good costumes, but I'm like, this is...
I'm glad you captured, like, the stupid things, because it enhances the story, and you can't really tell from this distance, with that lighting setup on the GoPro, like, how good the costumes are, or how bad the costumes are, so we're kind of relying on the audio.
I mean, they were all pretty good costumes. I didn't see anyone that I was like, you put this together by writing Gundam on a cardboard box.
I'm my own custom character.
Yeah. Oh, they had those. I'm the Tollbooth Warrior!
Oh, yeah.
Well, hey, in his defense, he was probably the coolest of the custom characters that we've seen at costume contests.
True,
He
but
did have fire.
Yeah, if you're gonna do a custom costume, at least have a flamethrower.
I do like when he went on stage and he did that. Everybody was like, ooh, and then there was like a murmur that went through the crowd that I'm pretty sure was, can he do that?
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
I kind of wish he would have started on fire.
But we'll never forget when he was like, do you have a couple words for your, subjects or whatever? And then he spoke. That will live forever in our mind.
Yeah.
I am the tollway warrior.
The dude walked up there. Gigantic armor, horns, like shoulder pads,
chainmail.
a big bear. I'm the tollway warrior.
It was fantastic.
that he did that voice on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So, is this where they're handing out awards?
This is just awards.
Yeah.
So I tried to edit it down as much as possible, but
It should be noted that the guy who won, what was it, the professional category, who had to have won one award before, he gets up on stage to accept his award and goes, "This is my first costume ever."
It was
I left that little bit in there because I was like, did he really say that this is his first time on stage, but he's in the professional category?
Well, Wendy said they put him in there because there wasn't enough in the professional category, and I'm like, well, that's kind of a dick to the people who are like, well,
yeah, otherwise Jay would have won.
I'm not going to lie about my status. I'd be like, fuck, I'm just going to always say I'm not professional all the time.
I feel like that's like the life coach's decision. Well, you want to make it fair for everybody, so you have got a good costume, so you belong in the professional category, because you can go places.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Alright, so then, do you want to do Missy's quote, Nick?
Which one? Oh, Missy.
There was a prize for the most recycled costume, which is ridiculous because cosplayers are human garbage disposals. Like, everything we make is recycled.
Oh, yeah.
And I might have yelled, "What is this hippie shit?"
Might have, or yelled really loudly so that they heard us.
Like,
it was hilarious.
Look at us at that point.
I think they actually called it the greenest costume award, so not like the most recycled, but like just
they called it
friendly.
marketing hot words.
Yeah.
They did use the words most recycled though.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, they said it was the green costume, and what that was the most recycled costume that they saw.
my favorite was still the bingo category.
Oh yeah, bingo.
These are the costumes that don't belong anywhere else. It's like, you can categorize it. Why,
I don't know how they decided on bingo. Why didn't they just say miscellaneous or something?
Exactly.
Because bingo is funny to say.
Is this the point where he just talked about dragons for 20 minutes?
Oh yeah, that was weird.
I figured it out. I know why they had the bingo, because they kept having that dog on stage.
Oh yeah.
Bingo, what's his name? Oh.
The husky that I'm gonna steal. I'm gonna steal it.
Yeah, Steph was planning on committing a felony because I'm sure it was a helping dog. And
I was gonna steal it. It's fine. You can help me now.
Yeah, that'll go over well with the jury, I'm sure.
I need help. I'm disabled.
Not guilty. He loves me more.
The psychosis is not helpful.
Alright, well, we'll just put them on one side and you on one side, and whoever the dog goes to doesn't go to jail.
It's fine. That's not what Gimli did over the weekend.
No, he was
How was CorgiCon?
he was motorboating all the ladies.
Oh yeah.
That's true. He did love Steph for her womanly wiles.
Yeah.
That was it. If Steph was a guy, she wouldn't have cared shit about her.
Apparently, little corgi puppies are perverts.
They are. Yeah, I wonder what my mom's corgi puppy's like, 'cause I'm gonna go see him next weekend.
Probably a perv.
Probably. Motorboat. Ready for my motorboat.
Yep.
So how far are we into this?
That's his first show.
Okay, and there we go.
Now it's Sunday. Or, yeah, Sunday.
Yep.
What day? I don't know what days are.
This is after I gave you guys the GoPro to go do the pictures, right?
Yeah, Dale, where were you?
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, why you just disappeared.
I was done.
You were done?
I had to.
You wanted me to put it in my cleavage and see how many people looked down at my boobs while
That was a thing we need to do. Just put it down there, and then you can just catch all the people who go.
I think, was this when me and Dale had gone off on our shopping? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. We were gonna go take pictures.
Yeah, so I went and purchased my leather for my coat for Dawn, so.
Ah, that's what it was. That's right.
Yep.
That bag you were carrying around smelled so good.
Dead cow skin.
Yeah. Look at this champion.
That's pretty much what you just said in the
There's
video.
always a guy on stilts.
Yep, but then he just starts going. He's bouncing. That guy's bouncing.
Are you following? Oh, I thought you were going to continue to follow him or whatever. You scared the hopper. So they're going to go take photos outside and stuff.
Well, I just wanted to I took Elizabeth photos by the Capitol last year in my other Elizabeth costume, and then I had a booker with me in a new Elizabeth costume, so I was like, hey, let's recreate these. Because it's a really good setting for fake Columbia.
Senator Wonka.
And Senator Wonka, yes.
We're gonna go change some legislature.
We're gonna go change some legislature. That's what you were saying. You were also saying how Jay looks like he should be in Gangs of New York.
Oh yeah. I want to take his jacket off so he could go fight Liam Neeson.
Part of the plums. That's the belongs to.
Yeah, the plums.
Camera where you have to assume it's recorded.
America's
Plum
Next
hat.
Top Model.
Is it gonna be made out of steel?
I think you guys are discussing the glass elevator now.
Yeah. Dustin was asking what Jay wanted in his glass elevator, and he was talking about like a meat grinder. Like, well, the meat grinder's already installed. Okay.
Wonka, what a meat grinder is?
We already
It was pretty funny.
We anticipated your weird.
So, person playing Booker, we found out a very interesting thing while walking around the vendor section, that she's terrified of balloons because there was a balloon booth there where they just made the balloon animals and everything, and she did not want to go near that booth. It was really fun.
What a weird thing to be afraid of.
Maybe it's like the sound that they make when you move them.
Because she's afraid of them popping, and I guess she had some bad experience when she was younger. But it's fun to play on people's traumatization.
Well, yeah, you don't target people, you target everyone.
They were picking on me about sharks all weekend.
All weekend. That's not gonna end.
We kept showing him pictures on our phone with sharks.
And I was explaining to them the facts about sharks. Like,
Shark facts.
83% of sharks have killed more than 700 people. A person is eaten by a shark every second.
We keep the population down.
Also, it is impossible to step in the ocean without being at least bitten by a shark. And the deadliest kind of shark is the nurse shark.
Booker digging in the trash.
That smells terrible. Nora, you're digging in the trash.
Oh, you guys, they're
Just
freaking
reach your hand in
Scarecrow
there,
race
that'll be
like the day before.
It's garbage.
What?
This like you're digging in this trash can on a street where there was like a drunk marathon
Oh
the day
yeah,
before.
yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, because the drunks really got to there to throw up opposed to everywhere else.
Well, I mean, if it's not on the ground, it's probably the trash can.
Hell, it was probably in someone's back seat of a car.
I don't
You can throw it multiple
throw up on the
times.
ground.
Well,
Must be
Jess, I thought
everywhere
you were
else.
wearing an eye patch at first because you had the mic right here.
Good, good.
Okay, so I will let you guys speak about your experiences now that the video is done, and I will listen.
Tell us your stories, because I wasn't there either.
Alright, well, should I pull up my PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Yes, Nick has
That
a
is kind of the
PowerPoint.
end of the story, but yes.
Okay.
Polls or anything you want to talk about before that?
I mean, yeah, we can talk about other stuff first,
Okay.
and then build up to the PowerPoint.
Just let me know when you're ready, because then I'll click on you so it doesn't go to other people.
Yeah, and then I'll do the screen share and whatnot. Alright, so the first day, we all took my car, because Jess couldn't come, so it was me, Dale, Steph, Missy, and Dawn, and so my car fits 5 people, so we took mine.
Because it's a new car.
Yeah, your new Forester.
Fancy new car. And so Dale came down to our place, and then we were sitting there, and I was texting Steph. I was like, "So should we come get you now?" It was like the middle of the night, and she's like, "No, you'll be fine. There's not going to be any traffic tomorrow." And I was like, "Traffic going into the city? There's going to be traffic." And she's like, "No, there's going to be fine." I was like, "You don't drive. How do you know?" There was no traffic.
We fought about this for a while.
Yeah, so we just went there. No traffic. The least amount of traffic ever.
Haha.
And then
What?
I think it's because there was a fire somewhere. Or natural disaster. I don't know.
yeah, there was an
Steph
earthquake.
started a fire just so
Yeah.
there was no
Just to
traffic.
save you guys.
And we appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'd like to think it was an unnatural disaster.
So we went to Steak and Shake, and we all had giant shakes.
That's what one does at Steak and Shake.
Except for one of us.
I
Yeah.
didn't have a shake.
We should have left you there.
What a
So you had a shake.
We'll get you on the way back.
Yeah.
Maybe then you'll learn.
We don't want no one who witness streaks in our car.
To be fair, they were all made with love, and Steph's allergic, so.
They were made and served.
I'm
with love.
allergic to love.
They made stuff with hate.
Steph had to get special love-free.
I'm love toast intolerant. It's fine.
Love toast intolerant.
I had a love-free
but
Dr. Pepper.
the best thing about the Steak and Shake was the vending machine, or the claw machine. There was a claw machine that had a plush Kevin in it.
It
I
was
will
like
put this on the
hiding
screen.
behind all the others.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put this on the screen right now because you sent me a picture of it. So.
Yep. Everyone agreed that it was a plush Kevin. So
You said it to me, I was like,
I was showing people. I was like, why is there a plush Kevin in the thing? I was showing my phone, and like, they're looking at me like, oh my
Just
god.
random people would go up to and say this.
I was, yeah, and they all
You
made.
had to spend at least $20 to finally get it out, and then you could have like a miniature me.
What if it was like voodoo?
Yeah.
On second thought, that's not a good idea.
I'm terrible at claw machines, or I would have tried. Also,
So
I did
Mini Kevin will just live on in Steak and Shake until some little kid finds him.
Yep. But that was a little creepy. But it would have probably functioned as a voodoo doll.
Yeah, let's forget that happened then.
Or we could have added water to it and gotten a second Kevin.
Yes. Oh.
Or it would have turned into like a gremlin Kevin.
Yeah, gremlin Kevin.
Do you think it would have been like...
Don't feed him after midnight.
Like undeveloped mentally, so it would just be like... It would be like giant fake second Kevin.
Who cares as long as it cooks?
Yeah, we would just make it do like menial things, like it would know how to cook. It would just be like mixing up the food.
I like this one much better.
I just imagine it would have the face of like a ditto.
Yeah, it had straight up Kevin face.
Well, when it got big, maybe it just had a little ditto face.
Yeah,
that's how Kevins are grown.
We gotta evolve it, or is that my evolved form?
Ditto is just ditto, man.
You're the Thunderstone.
Well, maybe it's the dichotomy of good and evil, because you have that little 13-year-old goatee going on there. You look like evil Spock or something.
What?
So maybe the one in the claw machine is the good version.
You did meet Evil Kevin at UWWC that one time.
Yeah, Evil Kevin. That was just you, but like with emo black hair, and I was really confused.
Alright, so after Steak and Shake.
After Steak and Shake, we made fun of you some more.
Okay. I'm used to it now. It doesn't affect me anymore.
And then we went, that was kind of sad. Then we went to Murphy's, and we got there and had CorgiCon. So we played with the dog for a while.
There's a picture of Gimli right here. Isn't he adorable?
Yeah. His
He's
ears
a bundle of motorboat.
Get the corgi. Jeez, they screwed up.
So we tried to steal him, but he wouldn't stay in my jacket. So it didn't work.
Well, he's made of energy.
He is.
That's what they do.
I probably could have stuffed him in my bra and he would have stayed.
Yeah, but he would have been motorboating, so there would have been a commotion, and we would have noticed.
Then we went to get delicious pizza.
We did.
You guys went straight from Steak and Shake to go get pizza.
I mean, there was like an 8-hour pause in between.
I just imagined you guys stopped at every restaurant all the way down there.
We said we were going to.
It was a food tour.
Yeah, we took a food tour.
I missed the food tour.
Of Indiana.
We went to that pizza place, Kevin, where you photoshopped yourself looking in through the window.
Which I'm going to have to put on the screen right now. Right?
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it.
It's right here. I'm going to flail around so it'll stay on right there. Is a picture that I photoshopped from last Indiana Comic Con that I wasn't able to go to either.
Yep.
I don't know why I had to shake my arms.
We told them that we were all there for the first time, so we got free garlic knots.
Yep.
What a liar.
At least 3 of us hadn't been there ever, so it wasn't completely a lie.
No.
Yeah. Well, when we got there, Laura and Jerry had posted on Facebook that they had booked a hotel, but apparently they booked it for Indie PopCon, which is in June. So they didn't have a hotel, and it was full. And then they just posted like, okay, so we're here, but we don't have a room. So then Wendy and Jay were just like, come over by us. So we just had a massive party, and they came with us to get the pizza. So they had never been there before. So technically those knots we had earned, those garlic knots.
Mm-hmm.
They were not yours, they were theirs.
Yes. And so that was, that was fun. And did we go on Friday down to the con, or did we go on Saturday?
We went there for a little bit to get badges.
Yeah, we went to get our badges, or AKA wristbands.
And we saw Allie briefly.
We saw Allie, and we got our badges, and me and Dale walked up to the counter, and we were like, we need weekend passes, and the guy goes, well, it's shutting down now. And Dale's like, what? You can't do 2 more people? And then the guy's like, yeah, it's shutting down. And I was like, wait, this this vendor is confused. I was like, we're trying to buy passes for the weekend for like tomorrow and Sunday, not today. And he's like, oh, okay.
It's one of those like sitcom misunderstandings because he thought I meant today, and I thought he meant he couldn't do any more today.
Yeah, well,
like,
that's what I thought. I'm like, they're closing down, but you can't take 2 more people.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, and then I'm like, oh, he thinks that they're going to the con today.
Yeah, I was doing like conversation math in my head. I was like, but then what Dale means.
I've actually, this has happened before. I've seen this at like C2E2 where those guys are just so exhausted and some guy comes up and is just like, I need badges, and he's just like, what?
That's nice.
Nope, those people, they see a lot of people in a day.
I wouldn't want to experience this firsthand, but I would love to see Dale in one of those positions. No badge? No. Why not? You have to prove yourself to me first. Quest.
Do a little dance. Spin for me.
Take this letter to the old woman. What old woman? Not worthy.
Yes. This needs to actually be a thing. We should hold our own con. Wait, Kevin is holding a con in Birmingham.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, speaking of Magic City Con, that's at the end of July, where I'm going to be hosting a con, and it's going to have Jennifer Hale, Greg Ellis, and Steve Bloom there. Which I was like, really? You're not those people? That's awesome. So if you want the voice actors from some very popular material, they'll be there. And then me, I guess.
No, all the great.
I'm guessing on this.
Jennifer Hale, Greg Ellis, Kevin?
Yeah, but they're going to have me hosting a costume contest, which I'm dreading having to, judge it. I hope I don't have to MC it, or I'm going to be as bad as that one guy.
I hope you do.
That would be amazing.
Lord of the Rings.
Nick, if I do, Dale is going to be recording the whole thing with the GoPro and laughing at me the entire time.
Dale, you make sure that thing is charged. You make sure.
This is your mission.
I think my mission is probably to also get fly on time at places, because I think you're going to get swamped by things.
I don't know. But we'll see. Anyway, Birmingham, end of July. Be there and be
or don't be there.
Those are your 2 options, because there's no option here.
Hey, we've covered the whole gamut of everybody now. Either you're there or you're not.
Yeah.
Or you're square.
Well, if you're there, you might be square.
But you might not be.
All right.
There's 4 options, really.
What is this, the ghost or shoe story, if there are no other
I
things?
guess I'll tell it.
Okay, I'm going to put it on you because I assume this is for the PowerPoint that you put together.
All right. Okay.
Where's Jess?
All right, can you guys see?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, and you guys obviously have to chime in during the length of the PowerPoint.
I feel like this needs some music that I may or may not put in right now.
Put like super scary music in, because it was scary.
Like, I want really kitschy music, because the man assembled a PowerPoint.
This is the scariest. This is the scariest thing that's ever happened in the history of time.
Nick, do you want to explain how you don't believe in ghosts, but sometimes you do?
Oh yeah, okay. So I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in supernatural things. I don't believe in Bigfoot and all this stuff. But there are floodgates, and these floodgates are at the back of my mind, and they're always slightly pulsing with the all the stuff behind them, and they're always about to burst. So if anything challenges what I perceive as reality, the floodgates burst, and I believe all this stuff.
At the end of the world, Nick is going to yell, "The floodgates have burst!"
The floodgates are open.
I'm convinced of everything.
Yes, that is how I feel. So, notable things that have opened the floodgates in the past are the bloop, which was a sound that they thought was from some giant monster or something. When that guy said he had shot a Bigfoot and had it frozen and was trying to sell it to science. The floodgates there. The Montauk Monster, stuff like that.
What about the Megalodon?
We don't talk about that. So anyway, the shoe corner, cabin in the woods scenario. And if you haven't seen the movie Cabin in the Woods, you should, because it's basically our life now.
I feel like you needed to put an authorization note there by Nick Kelly, or a presentation by Nick Kelly.
Put it in post.
What font is that, just so I know?
Photoshop that in.
I need to know what that font is.
Photoshop the Chiller.
It's Chiller?
Chiller.
Yeah. Alright.
I only used it on the cover slide. Alright, so at the end of the con, we were going home, but Dawn didn't want to go all the way to Chicago because her parents lived in Crete or something, just on the border of Illinois and Indiana. So she typed in her address, and Google had us get off of 65 really early. So we were like, "What are you doing, Dawn?" And we were driving through like these fields and like just like old towns, and there was trees.
Yeah, there was a lot of those.
Yeah, and it was for like a long time.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was weird. It was like a little.
Or is this at night?
This was at night. This was at like 11:30.
11:30 at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
This is amazing.
No, we were on the back roads.
I'm gonna give you an A- for inconsistencies.
Yeah, so we were on the back roads, and Dawn's like, "Hey, you guys, the way we're going, you guys are gonna be able to see the shoe corner." And we were like, "What is the shoe corner?" And she's like, "Oh, I think it was for some marathon runner who died." Well, this is the actual shoe corner. It was 109th and Calumet in Indiana, in like Dyer, Indiana or something.
Well, let's be real.
Like
Dawn was extremely excited about seeing Shoe Corner. Like, she was bouncing around like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited!" In her Dawn way,
In her Dawn, is that how Dawn usually is, though? She's very excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was like,
but she was extra excited about Shoe Corner.
It's like bonus exciting.
She was real excited.
Alright, so we get to, we like pull up, and let me set the stage for you here. It's 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. We drive up to this four-way stop. It is in the middle of nowhere. There are fields everywhere. It is completely dark. There's a bunch of creepy old trees, and there was a freaking scarecrow in the field. So we pull up to this corner, and we start to look around. And there are shoes everywhere. Just shoes.
Well, everywhere on the right side of the road.
On the right side of the road, by the stop sign.
It was a very specific corner, and we passed an abandoned hotel or whatever. Or
we passed a lot of abandoned buildings right before we got to Shoe Corner.
We were pretty like hyped up about this before we got there.
Yeah, because we started Googling and we were like, "What is this legend?" And like, "What the hell?"
Like,
Marathon Ghost.
I was really disappointed if there weren't some shoes at that corner by the time we got to it.
Hey, if you're in the middle of nowhere and you've been looking at Indiana, which is like completely flat in that area for like a really long time, miles and miles and miles, if you have a pair of shoes, that is a big deal.
It is.
There was a bajillion shoes, and Dawn says sometimes people just like set them up all nice, and then they're like all destroyed the next day, and we're like, "What the hell? Why are you excited about this?"
Yeah, sometimes they get hauled away, and then the next day there's more shoes there than there was the previous day.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing
we
those were victims.
get to the stop sign, and we're all freaking out because clearly it's haunted. And Dale's like, "I'm gonna grab a pair of shoes," and he opens the door. And I was like, "No, Dale, that is how you pick the monster." So I
he opened the door, and we were screaming though. We were all screaming at the top of our lungs.
Yeah, we were like, "You picked the monster, Dale."
Oh, he turns the car. He makes the right turn, and then he slows down for me to pick up more shoes.
He didn't. He slowed down so we wouldn't flip the car.
Yeah, because we were turning a corner. We were turning Shoe Corner.
Guys, I definitely got at least one pair of shoes before the got us.
So Dale let the ghost in, and that's how we all died.
Yeah.
So Dale picked.
Dale opened the door twice. Not just once, but twice.
Alright, the Scarecrow was far enough away.
That's why you picked the shoe ghost. If you look at this picture in the top right, it says Scarecrow folk. So you didn't pick them. He's standing in front of
Kevin. Remember?
Yep.
Okay. Kevin appeared suddenly.
I'm on there.
Yeah.
If you had picked the Kevin doll up with the claw machine, that's when you would have chosen.
Okay, that would be that.
There you go. We had the chance. We chose shoe corners.
He's standing in front of where it says shoe corner.
Instead of a bumbling idiot who cooks you food, you picked the shoe ghost. Good job.
Dale picked it. Dale picked it.
I wanted to find where the sexy witches are.
Dale, you're the guy that's like, let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Yeah, that was what Dale was.
It's not my fault your flesh is malleable.
So we were doing some research on the shoe corner as we were by it.
I like that this is Dawn's story.
Yeah, well, I didn't see that one online. So.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it either. But yeah, so she lived in the area. She had her own legend.
Yeah, it was a dead marathon runner.
Dale, stop texting us creepy shit.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Rob Dale in the message.
So Dale, you picked up a pair of the crazy shoes. Do you still have them, or did you?
No, he didn't.
No, they wouldn't
let him.
They wouldn't let me.
That was my next question. If you had taken them, would they have been thrown out of the window shortly after?
Well, I wanted to stop and compare so we got the right size, but they wouldn't even stop, so...
Yeah, we were unreasonable like that.
Mm-hmm.
What with not wanting to die a horrible shoe ghost death?
Yes.
So just to run through a couple of these. The gangster one was like, there was some gangster guys that got whacked in the Capone era, and they were like found there with their shoes on their chest or something down.
It was laid right next to them, but they all had like designer, custom-made shoes, kind of a thing.
Yeah, like their mom came and
killed for their shoes, maybe, or something like that.
No, it was they were gonna go pick up their shoes, and their mom brought their fancy shoes, and then like laid them on their dead grave or whatever.
Oh yeah. And then one of them was there was like a hobo guy with a sign that said "We'll work for shoes," and people just kept bringing shoes there. I saw one that was like a lady left a shoe and it stood in the middle of the road for like a month, so people just kept bringing shoes. There was one guy on a blog who's just like, yeah, we put that sign up there because we're poor. We need all these shoes.
That's the one I believe the most. It was like Alphonse. My name is Alphonse, and I started this so my family could have shoes because we don't have enough shoes.
And then he changed his name.
And then he changed his name halfway through, and then he went to, I forget what the other name was.
I forget, but it was a different name. And then Missy, do you want to read the most reasonable one?
That one was hilarious.
This was a response in a forum where people were telling their theories about Shoe Corner. Somebody says, funny how all these people have stories loving Shoe Corner. Well, I have been a lifelong resident of this fine street, and no, it has not been happening for decades, only the last 13 to 14 years, which, according to Wikipedia I did look up, is complete bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 60 or 70 years or something.
Yeah, but this person says... What?
Never mind.
This person says the frequency of disrespectful people leaving shoes behind. Oh, that's the frequency of people leaving their shoes behind or whatever. It's a disgrace and an eyesore. The residents of this intersection are burdened with picking up and disposing of your shoes. We wish you people would find a trash can or a Goodwill container to dispose of your not lucky or haunted or gang-related shoes. The farmers of this community are burdened with having to clean up your shoes out of the fields. Here's the best part. I have studied how to curse people. So from this day forward, all who litter shoes on the corner of 109th and Kemet will suffer a painful life. Stop the madness. We hate your shoe filth.
So, that's the best one. It's just, he's reasonable. He's like, alright, you guys.
I didn't realize you could type messages, Jess.
It goes, there's no ghosts, they're not lucky,
no ghosts,
no legends, but you will be cursed.
I love that's the thing that's really bringing down the area, not the abandoned buildings nearby or anything like that.
Yeah.
Stop bringing down our property value to the property that has no value.
If that guy was really serious,
Dale
he
read
would
the
just like
Latin.
put the garbage can on the corner.
I love these slides.
Oh yes. Yeah. So we kept telling Dale that he had read the Latin by trying to get a shoe, and that was what summoned the shoe ghost. Here's a picture of a lot of shoes.
Okay.
There wasn't that many when we were there, so.
But it was creepier because they were just scattered randomly.
Yeah, they were
around.
scattered.
It was super creepy.
Well, what was really creepy is when the Scarecrow head moved, but, I mean, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Dale and I are the only ones.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate.
Everyone saw the Scarecrow to begin with.
Yeah, we saw the Scarecrow, and no one else did, so.
I did not see the Scarecrow, but I was too busy screaming.
So after that, we arrived at Dawn's cabin in the woods.
It's true, we did.
Now we are all dead.
And the entire way back to Chicago, Nick was stuck in a weird loop where he was just muttering to himself.
Yeah, I was like, oh, choose the monster. I don't even come out here to choose
That's
everyone.
what happens when the floodgates open.
You guys, the floodgates opened. I believed everything. Sasquatch, alien abductions, the Loch Ness monster, true ghosts, every single episode of A Haunting. You know. You guys look at this picture. There's shoes hanging from the phone wire.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that
know,
like
they
down the
sell
street from
drugs in
here,
that
though.
corner.
Yeah,
You
but this
buy
is
them from the Scarecrow.
The other shoe.
But this is the death corner.
Yay!
Aw.
So there you go.
That
That's
was a
my
good
PowerPoint.
slideshow, Nick. I was A++. I was very entertained. Willing to forego the difference between the titles on the font side. So,
Hey man,
Well,
the
it was my-
cover of a book can have a different font from the text inside. So.
good
It
point.
was my first exploit with PowerPoint.
It was a good venture.
Good
I was
job.
entertained.
So that was Indiana Comic Con essentially. We were haunted. Now we're all dead.
We
Except
are
for
ghosts.
Jess and I, because we weren't there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin, what did you do while they were gone?
I worked.
Oh,
I did a lot of work at work.
Exciting.
They needed. We're doing a new Sunday morning segment that we tape on Tuesday, and they've been changing everything up until like I think Monday of the first week we were going to record. They had no set, so they're like, "We're filming this tomorrow. Where's our set?" It's like, "Well, we're putting in the floor tonight." So that's what I was doing while you guys were gone.
Interesting. Not quite as interesting as being murdered by ghosts.
I would imagine. That sounds pretty interesting. But
Yeah.
at least you have a PowerPoint on it. I don't have a PowerPoint on mine. So.
Well, then I don't believe it.
Oh. Okay.
You have to have a PowerPoint.
So we actually got some questions on Facebook when I posted. So do we want to talk about that?
I suppose. What are the questions?
All right, because we've got about 10 minutes before we have to start wrapping up.
I could go until a little after 10. I don't have to leave until 10:30, and all I have to do is put shoes on.
Okay. Oh, shoes,
God, the
huh?
shoes will get you.
Not the shoes.
No!
Don't worry, Nick. The shoes will leave without you. So Jay asked if Kevin Con is sold out, and I'm going to bring this one up first, even though there's questions before it. No, you can buy tickets on their website now. I think it's like $35 for the whole weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
So it is not run by Wizard World, clearly.
Correct. It is not. Because if it were, then it would be like $100 for the whole weekend, and that's the early bird special. So the question for that, I'm assuming that's what Jay's talking about, because you guys are calling it Kevin.
Yeah. We are.
They're not sold out. They are on sale though. Tanya wants to know if we have any plans for C2E2 this year or upcoming cons.
We have lots of C2E2 plans.
We do. We have friends coming up from the
We have a huge group this year.
We do.
Yeah.
So there are Dragon Age plans. I'm wearing Snake on Friday. I don't know what you guys are bringing Friday, or if you're wearing Dragon Age on Friday as well.
I have my Galadriel costume here.
Yay!
I don't know when I'm wearing it.
Dragon Age. I don't do Dragon Age at C2E2, so I think I'll probably be Star-Lord on Friday, unless. Well, I have three things.
You're gonna be Star Bastion.
Star Bastion, Star-Lord, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Xander from Buffy. So I don't know what day we're doing Buffy, or Shield? Shield is Saturday, right?
Shield Saturday. The original plan was to have Buffy on Friday, but you're being a little bitch about your hair, so.
Well, I have to dye it.
I know.
Nick, we all have to dye it.
Yeah, that's also true. I have
Why
to
don't you
dye
buy
it
a
and then I
wig?
have to dye my hair. Because I don't need one.
Then you wouldn't have to dye your hair.
I told you just be Ward or Cal for Shield, and then you can dye your hair black, and it's fine.
But I'm.
Because everyone is already planning on doing Buffy on Friday.
Well, I can do it on Friday. Then I'm just going to be Star-Lord with black hair, though.
Okay. I don't think anyone will care.
Nope.
You have
can
a
be
mask
Ward.
on, so it doesn't matter.
Warlord.
I could be Ward. If I'm Ward, I have to get my tactical stuff from my house.
Do it.
Well,
Or
or you could have Bly pick it up or something.
No, I gotta go up there anyway.
Oh God, Dale. Why did you do that?
What day are people wearing Dragon Age?
I'm wearing Dragon Age Saturday and Sunday.
I'll probably do Dragon Age on Sunday.
Okay, sounds good.
Or Saturday night, either way.
Okay.
Because I'm waiting
Saturday
until
night might
our
be good.
5 p.m. Haley Atwell photo op, so.
Maybe I'll do that too with Isabella for Saturday night or something.
So those are our plans for C2E2.
They're just a picture of bloody being broadcast.
Dale decided to share a bloody shoot.
The ghost got him.
Specifically for him.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He deserves it more than anyone.
Avenge me. So you know, Dale, we won't be avenging.
That just looks
because you brought
like
this on
some
yourself.
Kool-Aid all over some copper.
Yeah, it does actually.
Dale, you need to eat your French fries a lot less messy.
I got ketchup on my shoes.
He took one too many spills through a wall. Alright, so the next question.
I mean, she also asked, or upcoming cons, but there is a question from Teddy later that says, how about pre-C2E2 advice for first-timers?
C2E2 is pretty
C2E2
easy.
Yeah, it's in a gigantic open space.
The reason we like it is because the venue caters to it being a comfortable con, where you have lots of space, it's not terribly overcrowded, unless you run into the double-wide strollers, which I cannot stand.
I would say be prepared for unreasonable amount of parking cost.
Yes, that's the only downside.
The cost of parking is around $30 a day, and which is completely unreasonable. And
it's Chicago, though. It's downtown Chicago. So.
Chicago.
Yeah.
It's kind of complicated.
But even if you're staying at the hotel.
What?
Did everybody get their badges yet?
I have mine. And
Yeah,
this is,
I got mine.
This is what they look like this year.
Spoilers, guys.
Yeah, apparently that's a spoiler for The Walking Dead.
Yeah, Nick dies at the end. Wait.
Spoiler. Here's the spoiler for The Walking Dead. Everyone dies eventually. It's terrible. Forget about it.
So, this is what happens when the shoe ghost gets you.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just going to say, if you haven't got your badges yet,
you
should still go online, buy them for pickup there, because then you can avoid a large amount of the lines. And I think you can pick them up on, was it Thursday night? Or Thursday evening?
Yeah, probably.
I've always got.
Because I think I've always done that. So.
Yeah, because the ticket mailing deadline was Friday, so you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, but will call's great, so I recommend doing that if you have not bought your ticket yet.
I've heard Will Call is a very popular man. He's at lots of establishments.
Yeah, I see him at every con. He's like Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah. But yeah, it's. What would you say are things to see there?
Haley Atwell.
Yeah. They usually have some pretty good
that's all I care about.
What is it? The various comic publishers. They usually have some pretty good booths.
Yeah, Dark Horse is there, and they've got a pretty.
Yeah, they have a pretty big one.
Big booth.
And they also do
have a giant
sales.
booth.
Sunday, if you like Dark Horse, they do sales like all day.
They've been posting about an Adult Swim panel too that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's the same time as our Haley Atwell photo op.
Oh.
Missy, did you buy a Atwell photo too?
Well, me and Sue are gonna split one, and she's split between Atwell and MoMA, so we're gonna hang out and see which one. It's her choice.
I would recommend seeing Artist Alley because, as Nick described it, was that the first year? I think it was the first year. It was the Hall of Shattered Expectations. Because we basically walked through there and everybody we saw were like, we are never going to get to that skill level in art.
Also,
Ever.
Artist Alley will be in Artist Alley this year, so you should go visit her booth.
Oh yeah,
You just said Artist Alley will be an Artist Alley.
Yes.
I know.
Think about that next.
She is an artist, and her name is Allie.
Is she gonna be? Is she gonna be
There you
cosplaying? Is she gonna be cosplaying her comic like she did last year?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, she has a nice apron that Dawn made her, which is really cute.
Yep. She was looking.
But she's gonna be Faith with us for Buffy. At least I think I've convinced her to do that. So maybe. I told her to come take photos with us when the con closes.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I just chill out and have fun.
Yeah, just chill out, guys.
It's a calm con. That's why I'm bringing my sister there for her first con.
I'm just
It's a
looking
good
forward
time.
to sitting around in a big circle and ordering food and playing like Cards Against Humanity or something.
Does anyone know? Do they? Oh, they have the was it the Crown Championship of Cosplay again?
They
Laura
do.
got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Laura's in
Laura. My friend Lisa
What now?
got into. My friend Lisa's making that blue chick from Fifth Element.
The thing
The
last
opera
year,
singer?
Dale, that you guys were
Yeah,
at,
she won last year with her Amidala.
that Yaya Han was hosting. Is she hosting again this year?
No, it's
No.
Eddie Doom Kitty and then one of the like Agents of
Okay.
S.H.I.E.L.D. costume designers and some other guy, but I can't remember what his name is.
Gotcha. And I heard, like, I know Bill Duran was talking about showing up, and then that came up in one of his recent podcasts, so he might show up.
Oh, it'd be good to see
if I
him.
can find the time, yeah. So he hasn't forgotten about the con. It's still there in his mind, but he
He said he was gonna come last year too, though. So
Yeah.
briefly
But-
he mentioned it, but I don't know.
Like,
This
if he
year it
shows
sounds like
up-
it's more serious.
If he shows up, that would be super cool. Well, he had a lot of people asking him this year. If he shows up, super cool. If not, it's like you just came back from London SuperCon, so I understand.
Plus, he's at Emerald City right now
Yeah, that's true. A fair point.
with his Destiny armors.
Yeah, that Titan costume is really cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, I like the designs from Destiny, but I have no desire to play it.
Oh, it's really fun. It's
Is
really
it?
good. Yeah, it's a good game.
Okay. Like I said, design aesthetic, great, but I don't know. As soon as they were like, "Nah, we don't have it for PC," and I'm like, "Okay, Microsoft."
Oh, right.
Microsoft. But no. Okay. That's about it for C2E2. What about future cons, since that was a relevant thing?
Well, I don't know. Are we going to Gen Con for like a day or something? 2 days?
When's Gen Con?
July.
Yeah,
July
it's-
or the first week of August or
it's-
something like that.
I think it's the first week of August. It's the weekend after Magic City Con, so I don't think I'm going to be able to go.
I probably won't be able to either, just with how my job's turning out because of it's all new and everything. It's probably going to be hard for me to get off for Magic City Comic Con. Bly and I need to talk about that to see how I can work it.
Okay.
But
Are you guys all going to Magic City Con?
Dale's going, and
No.
then we're meeting up with Adi, and then, yeah. I'm hoping he's picking us up from the airport, otherwise we're just going to take a taxi.
we'll just walk. It's fine.
Yeah, we're not going.
Take a 20-minute cab ride.
So
I don't have enough days
it's like a
off.
40-minute walk. Jeez.
I could go to Gen Con with you, Nick. Because I'm
Yeah.
not going, yeah. So.
I could probably go to Gen Con.
Cool. That's. I mainly want to go to that just to hang out with Murphys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. We'll see. We'll see when it gets closer.
That works.
And then Dragon Con, obviously. So.
Yep. I'm gonna try to. I made a fitness goal for Dragon Con, is I want to make a Vision costume from Avengers.
Weird.
So-
I didn't think you liked Vision.
I see what you did there. Sorry, that doesn't sound like something I said.
Is Jess going to be the Scarlet Witch, then?
I don't think so. Are you?
I really don't have many plans after C2E2 this year,
Okay.
so.
Because I know Jen would be pretty excited to see that because she likes the Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Well, I'm going to be a pretty awesome Vision because we're trying to figure out a way where I can float like 10 inches off the ground.
Good luck.
I'm just talking
to come up from behind you and lift you off the ground.
I was talking to
And have like a belt painted on his arm so it looks like this is getting too elaborate.
I was talking to Jay and Wendy for a little while yesterday, and we figured out some things that we could do.
Okay.
We can put a clear acrylic box on a skateboard and just have you stand on it and push you around.
The clear acrylic box was part of the equation. So.
Just invent rocket boots. What are you gonna do?
That's I would use for my Star-Lord rocket boots. That would
Or
work.
just do the thing where you stand with your side to people and you like lift yourself up on one foot.
Oh
and
yeah,
you
the
say,
David
"I'm
Blaine thing.
levitating."
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, we're at time. Is there anything anybody wants to bring up before we finish?
Don't go to Shoe Corner, or do.
Yeah, don't go to Shoe Corner. Don't go there.
Go to Shoe Corner.
Get
That
some
is
shoes.
Only because you read the Latin and now you have the ghost inside you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You got me.
Dale is cursed.
I'm on a mission from God.
That wasn't God, Dale.
God.
Yep. The almighty Reebok.
Yeah.
Almighty Reebok. Okay, am I the only one who thought that was funny?
It was pretty good.
All right.
I don't think anybody. Everyone has me on mute except for you.
Shoe Corner. Shoe Corner.
I want to see
Corner,
what
a part of the corner.
Avenue is, or Sandal
There's a
cul-de-sac.
Dale. There's a shoe tree in Indiana. You should go to it. That's even that's like super creepy.
I want to go to the Sandal cul-de-sac.
Yeah. And then there's like boot circle or shit. I don't know. Whatever.
Boulevard. If you want to be alliterative, Boot Boulevard.
Yeah.
Boot Boulevard.
Heels Highway.
Excellent.
This is getting
That just
ridiculous.
sounds like it would be really bad on your tires.
Also, before we head out, this podcast is number 24, so we've been doing this for 2 years. I don't know if I brought that up at the
You
beginning.
started it with that.
Yes.
Remember, 2 decades.
And now we're going to bookmark it. We're going to bookmark Boot Boulevard
Yeah.
with that.
Uh-huh.
So
Also
this,
brought to you by Shoney's Pancake Breakfast Podcast.
Yeah, we were saying we should have
is
a...
not affiliated with them.
Shoney's is going to sponsor us to have a Pancake Breakfast podcast. But they
I would
dropped
love
out at the last minute.
Stoney's Pancake Breakfast podcast because that would mean I wouldn't have to make them.
Apple Bell would make them instead.
Rah, 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 pancakes. So if you would like to drop some topics of discussion on us, or any questions you might have, you can email us at thelongconpodcast, which is below, at gmail.com. Otherwise, there's Twitter.
Yeah,
there's
throw
Facebook.
it up. Twitter.
All right. It's getting vomited on the screen right there.
Twitter.
Website StephaniePlusVerb.com.
I have a Twitter account. Right there.
You sound way too happy about that.
Twitter account.
Too many things.
Wait, go
All
away.
right. Well, I'm gonna go get donuts. So, Nick, take us out.
All right. I have to go to work now, so later, chumps.